Hi, everyone. My name is Shelby Henry, and this is the Makeup Artist Podcast, the podcast not just for makeup artists. And today we have Isabella Lococo.
Hi. First of all, I would like to say thank you so much for having me.
Oh, I love you.
I love you too. This is so special. It's been so fun to see everything like from the start and come together. And so now that we're finally like here doing this, I just feel very fortunate to be a part of this. Well, it's really cool to see you expand into something new and to do something that I haven't really seen a lot of people in the makeup artistry, the makeup artistry industry.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Bridal industry, really even the bridal industry, like branch off into doing. So I feel very fortunate to be a part of this.
Yeah.
It's super cool.
It feels like we are kind of discovering a new world inside of makeup, which is kind of crazy.
Yes.
This is something that I've wanted to do for such a long time.
Yeah.
And it's so wild that this is actually happening. I would like to give a quick shout out to John. He is producing our podcast and he is phenomenal. So I just want to say shout out to John.
Shout out to John.
Woohoo.
Happy you're here.
We need claps.
Can't see me, but I'm here.
I love that. That was great. I just am so excited to talk about all the things that relate to makeup, but also just relate to clients as well and the client experience. And I want you guys to get a full, like, in-depth kind of behind the scenes look on what we do.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be so fun to talk about everything.
Yeah, this is super exciting for sure.
Okay, Bella, I want you to give us a little backstory about you and how you got here. How are you sitting on this couch right now?
Oh my God. Okay. Well, for anyone who doesn't know me, my name is Isabella Lococo.
Beautiful.
I am a bridal makeup artist based out of San Diego, California. And how I got started in makeup artistry is I actually started by working in Ulta. That's where I met you. That's where I met Shelby. After working in Ulta, I branched out into Nordstrom. I've always known that I wanted to do freelance artistry. I didn't really know that I was going to be landing, you know, primarily in the wedding.
Bridal, I know.
Yeah, in bridal. But I feel extremely fortunate to be where I'm at. I've been assisting you for quite some time now.
Like 2 years now. Almost coming up on 3 years you've been assisting, which is wild.
It's crazy. And time has just been flying by so fast. So I've definitely learned so much from working alongside you.
You have grown. It's seriously crazy. You guys, okay, I remember when Bella came in to interview and we held interviews for assistants. And oh my God, I just remember Bella came in and you were kind of nervous.
Yeah.
But you were excited.
I was excited. But I was nervous for sure because I wanted to make a good impression. I really wanted to land a position with assisting.
Because you were working for Nordstrom's when you...
I actually was not I didn't have a job at the time.
Well, I
didn't have a job, but I had been watching you on Instagram and I was seeing, you know, you grow and with your work and everything.
So wild.
And so when you posted that you needed an assistant, I was like, oh, hell yeah.
Well, and that's kind of when I knew that that's kind of when I felt like I not became somebody. That sounds so dumb, but like,
you started growing though. You were expanding your business.
And the fact that like I needed to hire on an assistant, I mean, that's crazy. Like just that right there. And the fact that like holding interviews, oh my God, like that, I remember like feeling so weird. And it was so, because I felt so professional and very much like, okay, here's what we're looking for. Here's what I want. I want to see how you communicate. I want to see, you know, what your kit looks like. And I'm sure it was like a little bit intimidating for you, maybe.
Yeah, it was. I was definitely, you know, I was nervous and excited at the same time, but I brought my cousin Sophia as my model. So
she has the best lid space. If anybody's a makeup artist and you see eyelids, you know if that eyelid is going to be good.
someone with a lot of, so Sophia was just a great start because I knew I could put anything on her, and
and you had done her makeup
yes,
a bunch of times. So
I've
you
done
obviously
her makeup
felt
so many times.
very comfortable.
Yeah, exactly. So interviewing for you guys was super fun, and I was just excited to see, you and Lacey as well, and go to the studio and everything. So
I wanted to ask you, since you are growing in your business, and you've definitely grown between even like the beginning of this year and the end of this year, I would say, what is like your biggest piece of advice for makeup artists starting out, or say they've even like been doing this for a little while, but they haven't like caught any momentum yet? Because I feel like you're right in the middle of your momentum.
I would say for anyone who's just getting started, they
Just getting their feet wet.
yeah, they know that they want to get into makeup artistry. They don't have a kit established yet.
The kit. Ugh.
The kit is, I mean, obviously the
God.
kit is, that's your toolbox. But my biggest advice and what helped me a lot was working in cosmetic retail. Starting, because you started in Sephora.
No, I started at Macy's.
You started at Macy's.
Macy's.
Yes.
I remember I was holiday and I just needed a job because I went to cosmetology school and I had graduated, and 2 weeks into cosmetology school, I realized that I did not want to do hair, and I hated doing hair.
Yeah.
And it made me physically nauseous to touch people's hair. And I remember, because my mom is a hairstylist, and from the time of me being 3 years old, literally living in a salon pretty much with her, I was like, I'm going to be a hairstylist. This is it. This is my dream. And then 2 weeks into hair school, I realized, oh, woof, I hate touching hair. This is making me sick. Like, what? So when I graduated and got my license in cosmetology, I kind of just needed a job, and I loved makeup. But this was back in 2013, literally 10 years ago. I can't even believe that.
That is so crazy.
It's wild because back then, 2013, I mean, being a makeup artist wasn't a job. Do you know what I mean? Like,
that is something I definitely want to touch on at some point.
No, we're touching on it. Here we
Yeah.
are. Let's touch now.
Yeah, because that's huge. Like one of the big. So of course, starting in cosmetic retail was very big, and the reason being is because you have access to literally every type of product.
And so many different type of people.
Exactly.
The diversity. You have to learn how to color match. I think is color matching, wouldn't you agree, is like the foundation, I mean, like of makeup.
Color theory.
Yes.
In general is just, it's huge.
Yeah. I feel like that's the one thing I teach a lot of one-on-one lessons to other makeup artists. I've had a master class before. And the one thing that people always ask me is, how do you color? How do you just know? Because I can look at somebody and just say, oh, your Punjab and Barcelona from NARS mixed together. Like, I just know.
Yeah.
And they always ask me, well, how do you know? And the truth is it's instinct. I know, but I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, well, because I understand that because I never went to school to learn how to do makeup. They're really, at least here in San Diego, as far as I know, I'm not very familiar with any school that is dedicated. I know there are some.
There's like Bellis Academy.
Yeah, there are some, but I never went to school to learn color theory, anything like that.
No.
And I feel that like maybe understanding color matching with specific products also is about getting really familiar with what you're using in your kit,
And resonating with your kit, what you always talk about.
Yeah, and the undertones and all that good stuff, which is like a whole...
That's a whole kit and caboodle.
That could be a whole entire podcast
episode
to be talking about your kit and how important that is. But working...
We should break out our kit on one episode, and we'll do like an entire kit, like... That would be, I'm looking at John. I'm making sure he's agreeing with this, and he is. I think that would be so much fun for you guys to see.
Yes.
like in depth what we have.
Yes.
Because we have a lot of similar things, but there are different things that you love to use and I love to use.
Yeah, one of the fun things about working together so often
so
is
much.
that we really are able to like nitpick at each other with like certain things that we've discovered that we really enjoy using and certain things that we're just like overusing, and you know, the kit journey never really stops.
The kit journey is a forever, lifelong journey that we will forever be on.
Yeah, as a makeup artist, you never really stop, you know, exploring new products and investing into your kit. But I can honestly say that's why cosmetic retail is so important when you're first starting, because you have access to using pretty much anything. You have access to getting experience with all different types of ethnicities, skin tones, face shapes, eye shapes, textures.
Yes.
You know, like literally everything. And the more that you start to get into actual artistry, the more you understand that it's not really just about someone's, you know, the ethnicity or the, you know, their complexion or anything. It even goes further into like someone's hair color and their eye color, and the natural color of their lips, and how certain colors are going to, you know, change on someone else.
Like, for example, you love Makeup by Mario Hue liner.
Oh, yeah.
It's called Hue.
Hue.
And on Bella, it looks like the most beautiful, like soft, pinky.
Kind of like neutral. It's not even, it's like a
beautiful.
Neutral, just perfect soft
and on
pink.
Me, it's so orange, and I look horrific with it on, so that's great. But it's just like little things like that you can't, like you think you can put on everybody, but you have to really, you have to know your kit.
Yes. So that's why working in cosmetic retail is so nice, because you're able, you have the flexibility to explore that side of makeup artistry without like investing so much money into your kit and then realizing like, oh, this shade is only really good
for one person,
one specific skin type or one specific, you know, so there's that. And another huge help for me was also working in a place where I was able to get gratis.
Gratis?
Gratis?
Listen here. If you have worked at a retail like Sephora, Ulta, Nordstrom's, Macy's, anything like that.
The best, most gratifying thing you can get is gratis, because one, you already know you're not getting paid a lot, so it's worth it to get free product pretty much. Yes.
Gratis, for people that don't know, is when you are working at like a Sephora, Ulta, whatever, like a representative, they're called a brand rep. I was a brand rep for Tarte and Living Proof and Dry Bar after I worked at Sephora. But pretty much they bring in product and they give it to, I say cast because at Sephora we were all called cast members. But they give it to the workers there as like a, hey, try this, see if you love it, tell your clients about it.
It's free products.
Free products from a plethora of different brands.
Oh, yeah. I have heard, granted, I didn't work for Sephora, but I've heard that Sephora, the amount of free product that you get from working at Sephora is just fantastic.
It supplied my kit for the first few years, because I worked, while I was working for Sephora, I was kind of building my I don't know, I'm not brand, but I was building myself into becoming a makeup artist. Never did I think I would make it this far. But yeah, it gave me the opportunity to have products in my kit that I honestly never would have had in my kit because it was too expensive, especially in the beginning. Like you start with drugstore, you start with cheap, you start with whatever's free. You take your own personal makeup and you're like, okay, I know this isn't real sanitary, but you got to do what you got to do.
Everyone starts somewhere, and
you start in the trenches.
And
then you work your way up.
Crawl your way out of there. Okay. And here we are. That's why I can say to anyone who is just starting out, like, do not compare yourself. It is so hard not to, but really, because even for me, like Shelby has years over me with her.
Is what she's saying.
Well, she's been in the industry longer than I have, you know, and it's difficult because we're not far apart in age, really. We're not that far apart.
How old are you?
I'm 25.
Okay, I'm 29.
Yeah. See, we're not too far, but it's like to know that you have so much more experience in the industry. It does kind of get, when we're working alongside one another all the time, it does kind of sometimes, you know, because this is only going to be my 3rd year getting into the bridal industry.
Which, by the way, is, you should be so proud, because let me tell you, I've been doing this for about 10 years. And my 3rd year in the industry was me. No, you have fully surpassed like where I even thought I could be at my 3rd year. Like my 3rd year, I was still like working at Sephora, and I would take random clients here and there. And yeah, maybe I'd have 1 or 2 brides, and I would charge, $65 for makeup. My kit was horrific. Like it was just, it was what it was. But I think you should be very proud for where you are, because the fact that, one, social media does play a huge part, obviously, and we'll talk about that more. But social media is crazy, and the fact that I'm gonna shout you out a little bit. In literally 3 months, she grew from I don't know, maybe what?
I think like
4,000, 5,000, all the way up to like 15.
I think I started probably, I think it was like 2. I was at around like 2,000, and I got to maybe like 10K within like 3.
That was crazy.
3 months. And then now I've been able to maintain it to continue over. But that and I appreciate you noticing that. And
it's hard.
that.
Social media is hard, and
it's hard.
Takes so much work and time and effort, and it's really stressful.
It's stressful. It's not my thing. I always say I am an artist before anything else.
Yes.
I'm not
We're here for the sillies.
I'm here for the sillies. I'm here for the good time. I'm here to make people look good and feel good.
Yes.
That's my priority when I'm doing makeup. It's not when I'm posting, it's only to really just make sure that I'm relevant and let people know that, hey, I do makeup. And if you want a makeup artist, here I am.
Here I am. And here we are.
Or also when I post, really one of the main things that I really enjoy doing, and which is why I'm so happy that you're doing this podcast, is I love to educate people.
Education.
And to encourage, to encourage new makeup artists, because I feel this industry is just so oversaturated, and it's very easy to get discouraged very quickly.
And to fall in line with everybody else, I think that's one thing that you and I always talk about is it's okay to be different. It's okay there is a makeup artist for each person. Like you and I, yes, we have a similar, I would say we have a very similar
style.
Yeah. We both, Bella and I, our makeup style is very like angelic, very like pinky, glowy,
natural,
just bridal,
pretty.
Yes.
Yeah.
But there's a different way to go about it. But what I'm saying is, don't fall in line with what you think you have to be. You don't have to be like, I feel like a lot of people always say, oh my God, you're so fun at weddings. How are you so bubbly? How are you so excited? How are you doing all these things and also able to produce good work? And that's just me. You know what I mean? Like I don't.
Shelby.
I just am.
When that's so huge, because when we work weddings together, I am just a quiet worker.
Yeah, you work better that way.
I work best when I'm quiet. I always communicate that to my clients. I always tell them if I
say your spiel.
I always tell my clients when I'm starting their makeup, I say, if I go quiet, I promise I'm not being antisocial. I just work best this way. Don't mind me. And they're very understanding of that.
No one has ever been like, what? No. They honestly probably appreciate it.
Yes. Because I am communicating to them that I'm not, that I would love to, here we are chit-chatting away.
Here we are.
I would love to sit and talk, but I just can't. My brain
doesn't work like that.
Work like that.
And that's okay.
But with you, Shelby naturally is just you're a very flowy.
I'm flowy.
You're so flowy.
Am.
You like to converse with people, and
I love it.
You're able to multitask in that way, where that's why everyone works so differently.
Exactly, and you don't have to be, like when you were first, assisting. You probably, and I'm making an assumption. You can tell me if I'm right or wrong, but you probably felt like, oh, do I have to also be like this? Do I have to be
totally?
But and then as we developed our friendship, and I got to see who you are more, and it's so fitting that we just make such a good team. You know what I mean?
Yes,
I feel like we make a really good team.
We really do. And clients always, when they have both of us around, they always,
love it.
Confirm that, and validate that, which is really, really nice. They love when both of us are there, because it's like we're able to balance each other out.
Absolutely. Which is so nice. Because sometimes, and not to say like, I'm not always super fun at weddings. Sometimes I'm not going to lie. I'm like, stressed the fuck out. Can I say fuck? Okay.
This is your podcast.
I'm looking at John here. John, we're going to bring you in on this one time.
Yeah.
But I'm not always fun because sometimes I do get stressed out.
You're always fun.
Thank you.
I know what you mean. We're human.
We're human. And it gets kind of stressful, especially if I'm going to do a bride and, but there's like things that I want to change from the trial and I feel like really stressed out about it. And I'm like, oh my God, I just hope that, the bride is okay if I want to change all these things. So I'm not always super fun, but that's the point of all of this is you don't have to be like a makeup artist that you see. You can be yourself and your clients will love you for that. You just have to produce good work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's no certain personality that you're supposed to have in order to be working in this industry or, and I'm really happy that you're talking about this because to follow up with your question about like advice for people that are first starting off, I feel that one thing when I was focusing on growing my Instagram, which, was this year, that I started off this year in January with around, I think like 1,000 followers. And like you said, within the span of maybe 3 months, I was able to grow my following.
Just by being consistent, by posting educational videos that because that's you and I both love to educate. We love information.
Yes.
That's the main thing for this. This is why I wanted to do this. I want education and I want information.
Yes. And it was even like beyond that, it was a huge mindset shift that I had to make for myself, with this only being my second year in the industry. For a long time, especially within my first year, I was really comparing myself a lot to a lot of the people that I was working alongside that had years over me in the industry. And I feel that switching my mindset to being that this is not a hobby that I have, because I do this on the weekends. I have a office job during the week, but I'm just ready to get gone and make this my full-time job. But it was a mindset shift that I had to make for myself in order to, make this my full-time job and my office job is what I do on the side.
Yes. Exactly.
And to also understand that to own how I work best and what my style is and what kind of clients I want to have, and understand that I'm not going to be for everyone and that I do have a specific way that I like to work.
Yeah, you're you. That's you and your business.
Yeah, just really stepping into that and
owning yourself.
Exactly. Owning myself, owning the way that I work best, and owning the fact that I don't need to be you. I don't need to be my other friends in the industry. I work the way that I work, and
we are who we are.
I am who
and the
I am.
People love it.
Yeah,
clearly.
And that's
that's all she wrote.
And that's all I wrote. And now here I am, and I'm doing my thing.
Which I'm so happy. I'm so happy you're here. I swear, when obviously, I want you to succeed and do well, and I want you to have your own business. But I'm going to be so devastated when little Miss Bella is too big and has all of her own. I will literally cry.
No, I can't even. Honestly, obviously I want to expand into to have my own brides, which I do, but it's not. I primarily am assisting you right now. It's going to be very sad. But
it's okay because little fun fact, I sometimes assist Bella.
Yeah.
That is the most fun for me ever. I love assisting. A lot of other makeup artists always, I think, seem so shocked that sounds so lame, but willing to assist, but I'm like, you know what? First of all, listen here. I don't have to, this sounds so bad. I don't have to work necessarily as hard.
Yeah.
I don't have to, I just show up and I do makeup and I'm good at it. So it's not like it's hard.
Let's talk about what what we classify as assisting. Because I feel,
a lot of people
don't really know what we classify as assisting.
Well, and I have a lot of brides that anytime, so just to touch a little bit about me and my booking process and my expectations and everything like that from my brides, I only do 6 people is my maximum. I don't care. I do not want any more than 6 people. Already stressful. 6 is honestly even a little much.
If you're doing more than 6, praise to you.
Yeah, but not for me.
That's honestly like really, it's a lot for me.
Yes. Well,
7 is my max.
Oh God. See, and like the thought of doing 7 people makes me sick.
Nervous. It's a lot. It's a lot to do.
It's just because here's the thing about doing makeup, and not a lot of people I think understand this, is you have to perform. Even if you're silent, even if you do talk, let's be honest. Like, you're not like dead silent or anything like that. You obviously,
I would love to.
I know you would love to
love
be.
to not have a peep.
But
I know, yeah.
But it's just not possible.
Yeah.
And so especially me, because I'm such like I could talk to a brick wall. I'm not even kidding you. Like, you tell me one thing, I will run with it. Okay. Let me just tell you that. And it's so funny because I feel like I genuinely have to like perform for people, especially because I think so many people, and I've taken this on myself, but so many people have told me like, you're such a hype girl extraordinaire. That is like my favorite.
That's what you're known. That's what you're known for.
That is me. I will scream at you from the mountaintops and tell you how fucking hot you are and how you just look like perfection. And I always go, ugh, I'm going to throw up. And it's the best compliment ever.
Yeah.
And every time I hear myself, like, because whenever I take videos of clients, myself in the background, I'm always going, ugh, I'm going to throw up. You're so hot. And then I listen back to it and I'm like, oh my, I sound crazy.
I could make a whole
you could
compilation video of all the
bloopers,
all the silly little things that you say
my God.
when you do my makeup, and I have Letitia's recording, and
I just love it. I love to make people feel good, and I love when they know that I love my work, because I feel like that's super big, especially as, a makeup artist. Like, be excited, like, make your client feel good, make them feel like $1 million bucks, and make them feel like the most attractive they've ever felt.
Oh yeah,
that's
for sure.
My favorite thing to tell people, and I tell almost everybody this, is when I do your makeup, I want this to be your favorite time you've ever gotten your makeup done. That's like, in my head, that's what I aspire every single time.
Yeah. And why exactly?
But it's crazy because some people don't think like that. Like, I feel like some people just are kind of in it for money, which I'm not going to lie, money is great. And this is something that I also want to talk about eventually on here. There's so much.
There's so much that we can talk about.
But like, I feel like not a lot of people talk about the money aspect of it. And obviously it's great. I'm super lucky and very grateful and humbled and all the adjectives that go along with that.
Yeah.
To support myself and my family and all of that. But I feel like some people are just in it for the money, and they're not in it for like the sillies of it all and the happiness of it all.
It's so funny because I just did a wedding not too long ago. It was a 7-person wedding.
Oh,
It was my bride, Morgan. Morgan, if you ever watch this.
Shout out to Morgan.
Shout out to you. And I was doing her wedding, and I was finishing the last bridesmaid, and she mentioned something about payment, and I was like, oh my God.
You're hungry for it.
No. I mean, yeah, but I genuinely
forgot.
was like, oh my God, I forgot that I get paid to do this.
Yeah.
I was like, I could have sat there all day
and had fun.
It was such a great day, but I literally was like, I forgot that. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. I get paid to do this. It's just a funny, every now and then you get a wedding like that.
Oh my, especially when you have the best wedding ever.
Yeah.
Like, ever. And you just had so much fun and everybody's so cute,
I feel
so
like
sweet.
you're just hanging out with like a whole bunch of girlfriends and having a good time.
And then they go, okay, here's your envelope or whatever. And it's so.
It's like, oh yeah, this is my job.
Yes. Oh yeah, I get paid. And like, I get paid well. It cracks me up. I'm always like, dude, I get paid to make people feel good. That's wild.
I know.
That's like not fair almost.
No, it's crazy. It's such a cool job.
I love it.
I'm very fortunate to have this as our job for sure.
We went to Oregon because I was taking a master class from another makeup artist, which, by the way, you're never too good to not learn. So
Absolutely not.
Oh, God, so serious. But you definitely should take advantage of learning from other people. Yes. I made it a big priority this year that I want to take at least 2 classes from different makeup artists that I look up to.
Yeah.
I just think it's so important. And
so
next year,
too.
Next year I want to take 2 more classes just because you're never too good. So what assisting is and what we do when Bella assists me or when I assist Bella. So she's not there just to clean brushes and like make stuff nice. No. If I have a group of 10 people, she's doing 5, I'm doing 5. Mm-hmm. I mean, you do everything that I do. There's not one thing that I do that you don't do.
Yeah. I'm taking on the bridal party with you.
Yes.
I'm just not doing the bride, obviously.
That's exactly it.
You know.
And I mean, with that being said, I mean, obviously I do contract. I do the contract with the bride. I do the timelines. I'm
the business.
Yeah. I'm the business side of it. And it's kind of nice because, I mean, for you, we're super lucky because Bella lives like 10 minutes from me, if that.
Yeah.
So she just drives over here in the morning. She parks her car. We load my car up and then we go to a wedding. And it's so perfect and it's so fun.
It is.
But yeah, she does like half the people. I do half the people. If there's like, I don't know, say it's an early finish time. Say it's like an 11 a.m. finish time. Mm-hmm. I'll do 4 people. Bella will do 3.
Yeah, it's really nice to, I mean, because when I first, auditioned or like when I first interviewed to be assisting you, it, like I was open for whatever it was going to be. Really, I was. Like I didn't even think that it was going to be like me taking on
full on like taking stuff,
full on doing bridesmaids and doing makeup. I was open to it being like me shadowing you and cleaning your makeup brushes and helping you set up and set down. So I think it's really cool to obviously be doing what we do together.
Well, yeah, because then, I mean, not only have like you probably learned a lot, but I mean, I've learned a lot from you too.
Yeah.
Like there's so many things that I've taken from you that I absolutely love. So just to touch base about the interview and what it was, I had Bella come into the studio and you brought a model because that was the criteria. We had you bring in a model
in my kit.
In your kit.
My current kit.
Yeah. And
which wasn't very much up.
Gave you a look to do. It was a typical bridesmaid look. And said, there you go. Let's see what you got to offer.
Yeah, it wasn't, I mean, granted, you and I already knew each other, you know, but we didn't really hang out ever.
I mean, we talked when you worked at Ulta and stuff, but it wasn't anything like, I didn't know you that well. I was excited that you came in to interview. But yeah, the interview we had you do pretty much just like your standard bridesmaid look, which is just pretty much like a champagne shimmery lid with a neutral outer corner, a brown liner, a lash, and like good complexion is pretty much what it was.
Yeah, I remember it was just, you guys, because I didn't really know what to expect either. Like I genuinely didn't know if it was going to be like a typical interview or what it was. But I guess now looking back at it, it really was just kind of like a trial of you guys checking out what I was,
what you were doing. Yeah.
What my setup was like.
Sanitation was huge.
Yeah.
That was honestly the biggest thing that I was looking for. So I kept a notepad with me. And so what I did was I had 2 people interview at the same time. And so you were doing makeup and then somebody else was doing makeup.
Yeah. There was another girl there.
And, it was kind of like, in my mind, it was kind of like who's better fit, who's better qualified. Is it this person or is it this person? Because we had a few other interviews that day. So it was going to kind of be like, okay, whichever person does well from this, it's kind of, I don't know. It's kind of like like
you were just trying to see, I guess, like where that person,
who is the best.
Yeah. And where that person was at with their journey through makeup artistry. And, you know, if you felt that they were ready to take on what you were having them take on, which again, I only thought I was going to be doing cleaning your brushes and helping you here and there with certain things. But turns out I was actually taking on half the bridal party. So it makes sense that you would want to make sure that person knew how to be sanitary,
Yes.
had a
Very important.
Yeah, had a like generally well-developed kit to get started.
Yeah.
Because I remember you did look in my kit and you did tell me, okay, maybe expand your shade range on this product more. Maybe, you know, like this all looks good, but I would just recommend like purchasing X, Y, and Z. Because one thing, this is going to be a whole other episode, I already know, but one thing about this industry is that it's just the truth. You have to spend money to make money. It is, and that's why cosmetic retail and getting gratis is a huge help because it's free products. And
being a makeup artist is probably one of the most expensive jobs because you constantly are replenishing your kit and you're buying new products. And I mean, just look at all the makeup that comes out. Oh, this new Patrick Ta eyeshadow palette, which I told myself I was not going to buy.
But then you want to stay relevant, you know,
You can't be old.
No, you have to you have to keep up with it. Yeah. You have to stay relevant. And also like there's all kinds of things like disposables, sponges. I mean, you should not be reusing your sponges.
Shout out to Pawpaw Sponges.
Yeah. Miss AOA, Pawpaw Sponges. That's on Amazon.
On Amazon. It's the best.
They are. They're great.
So cheap.
Yeah, so I remember you were looking at all that. You were looking at, you know, kind of where I was at with my kit and what my
you did great though. Honestly,
what my actual makeup looked like, and
the makeup looked so good. Looking back now, it's so funny because obviously like makeup has changed it so much just in 2 years. But it is like even that look. If you were to do that look that you did on her today, I mean, it still looked great. And you know, I was very confident that you would do great. But also, I do want to add that we did go over. I had you come in, taught you lessons. Like
yes, we did do lessons together as well,
just to really make sure that you know we're on the same page. And any assistant that I have, we have 3 total now. So Bella, Allie, and Leslie, love you all. But we've all done lessons, and it's just really important that you know you feel as comfortable. You know my expectations, and I know you know your expectations and everything.
I know it's crazy because I posted on Instagram the look that I did on Sophia that day.
I remember.
I mean, it's crazy to go back and
you got to do a side by side.
I wonder what day it was. Like how long, exactly the year to date, like how long ago it was.
It was like June, I don't know, maybe June like 7th or
something like that.
June 5th.
I remember I did individual lashes.
That blew my mind.
And you guys were like, what? Mind. That was funny.
Because individual lashes is such a beast. And like, I personally don't do them.
I love them.
I'm so terrible at putting on individual. That's actually what I want to learn for next year.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a lesson from, she doesn't know it yet, so maybe she'll find out on here. But I want to take a lesson from Artistry by Brianna. She's amazing.
She is.
You guys should look her up. She does the most amazing looks.
She is. She's very talented.
Yeah, but she does these like clusters and individual lashes, and
they're like
they're
so
so
nice and lifted.
Fluffy.
Yeah,
blows my mind.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. You can learn from all different kinds of...
And you can take things from people
that sit well with you and that you want to incorporate into your own style of work and doodads.
You don't have to do everything.
Yeah.
But
and things like that.
I'm going to take her lesson. But another reason why we hired you is because like why I wanted you on is because you're just so silly. We have the silliest time together.
Yeah.
And just to give you guys a little snippet into the mind of Bella, I feel like you need to bring out this positivity book. or the Book of Kiss?
Okay. Yes, I have. So in my purse,
Purse of Wonders.
I like to call this my purse of wonder. Hold on, let me just reach down here and grab this. This this is the purse of wonder
In all of her glory.
in all of her glory, and she's quite heavy.
Mm-hmm.
She's stuffed. This is just proof that there's all kinds of stuff in here. Anyways, let me show you guys.
What are you starting with? The Positivity book or the Book of Kiss?
Let's start with the Book of Kiss.
Okay.
Since the Book of Kiss has been around longer and the Book of Kiss
It's
is already
iconic.
full of just fun memories. So this is the Book of Kiss.
A little,
I feel
that's
like a YouTuber.
Yes, I was going to say it's your YouTube debut.
This is the Book of Kiss. The Book of Kiss is a matchbook notebook. And essentially, she's just full of
Kisses.
everyone's kisses and fun memories. And don't worry, everyone kissed on a clean,
It's sanitary, okay?
sanitary page, and I got their consent before they entered the Book of Kiss. And I wrote a little poem,
I'd love to hear it again.
and the poem goes, "The Book of Kiss. Well, look at this. Something small, but quite the trip. A book of memories and little collections. We all have a story in lips for affection. So write your name, enter with love, seal it with the kiss, and the stars from above. Exa."
Snaps.
Thank you.
Snaps for Bella. This
Yeah.
is just one of the many reasons why I love you.
I'm all for funsies. I'm all for sillies.
Okay, but find my kiss because I want to see what mine looked like.
Let's find Shelby's
What lipstick did I have on?
kiss. That is
I probably had the Lawless gloss,
so
Daisy Pink.
everyone kissed, and I either had them sign obviously I have them sign, but either their name and their date. Here's Shelby's kiss.
Well, that bottom lip is juicy. Why does it look so orange? Wow, what a wild time.
This probably was this kiss I remember you did when we were at Barbusa celebrating Letitia's birthday.
Yes, I was definitely wearing Lawless lip gloss in Daisy Pink.
See,
That's iconic.
Lawless lip gloss in Daisy Pink has been my
Bella is the
jam.
one that told me about it.
I got you on Daisy
You
Pink.
did.
And while we're here, let's just really touch real quick on this.
What are we touching on?
We now have also expanded into Daisy Girl.
A softer pink. That's great.
Let me give you a little ASMR real quick.
That's great.
That sound is just
That's so great.
makes me so.
I love it.
This does have a little sparkle in it. I didn't even realize this has some sparkle in
God,
it.
I love that noise.
Yeah, this
great.
this gloss formula is honestly
This is it.
this is it. So anyways,
She is the moment.
She is. So now that the Book of Kiss is filled with memories and collections and lips for affection, we have expanded into this. I need to make a cover page because it's just getting started, but this is what I like to call the Book of Positivity.
I love it.
And
I made my first entry in it today.
Shelby did. Is it okay if I read it?
Please.
Okay.
Ooh,
It's just
this is exciting.
This is just for anyone and whoever I'm with. They can write a positive note in here. It could be about anything. It could be about me. It could be about you. It could be about a positive memory. It's just something nice so that when I have time to sit back and read, I'll read and I'll cry because they're so sentimental. All these things in here are so beautiful.
That's so sweet.
So this is Shelby's entry.
This is what I did maybe just a few hours ago.
This makes me happy.
Stop it.
She dated it. So today is November 28th, 2023.
Sure is.
Welcome to the sillies of the world. Today is the first day of my life. Oh my God. The start of me, the era of loving who I am. Feeling proud, overwhelmed, and excited. P.S. P.S. I love Scrampy. EXO?
I do.
Scrampy is Shelby's
Brings a tear to my
kitty
eye.
cat.
Scrampy.
That's beautiful.
You know?
And then I wrote Shelby's first podcast episode, the Makeup Artist Podcast.
I'm so excited.
11/28/23.
What an iconic day. I would
It's
just like to point
beautiful.
out that my birthday is on August 28th. So anything with the number 28 or 8, I just feel like
for you.
it's me.
Yeah.
It has a deeper meaning. So I'm very excited.
Oh, well,
I feel like what a great time.
this was fantastic.
Hopefully I need you on again.
Absolutely.
I feel like
I'll be back.
there's so much to touch on,
Yeah.
and we've just barely skimmed the surface.
We're just getting started.
Here we are,
Uh-huh.
and the places will go.
The places will go. Cheers to that. Cheers to that.
I love you. Well, thanks for doing this with me.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Honestly, this was a lot of fun.
It was fun. It wasn't scary at all.
No.
I thought this was going to be like very intimidating and very scary.
But you and I, we already know
This
we
is
could
it.
keep doing this. This could be all day.
I mean, if you guys want to listen to this all day, then I'm down to.
This could be all day. So
I'm down to do this all day.
I'm excited to come back. I, again, am very fortunate to be a part of this whole entire thing. I'm very proud of you.
Where can we find you? How do we find Isabella Lococo?
Oh my God.
How do we know you? How do we find you? Tell us everything.
Yes, I would love to share. You can find me on Instagram,
Woohoo.
on the gram. My Instagram is at Bella Lococo Beauty, and that's spelt Lococo.
The best last name ever.
That is my real last name.
It is.
By the way. I will be creating
Stay
a
tuned.
website that is in the works and will be happening for 2024. So hopefully within our next episode, I will be back with a website to share with you guys.
Well, thank you so much. I love you.
you.
Everybody go follow Bella. Tell her how amazing she is. And stay tuned for all the silly things that we get involved with.
Yes.